What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Footy Fetish podcast. This is episode 21, I think.
21.
I think we're on episode 21 now. And with myself, Alfie Vincent, co-host Mark.
Sorry, I think it might be 22.
I was about to say, it was like maybe 21 just been edited.
Yeah,
Okay, well, 22 with myself, Alfie Vincent, co-host Mark Fox,
Yo, hello.
co-host Ollie Greaves,
Yo.
and three-peat guest, Dan Bardell. How you doing, mate? Oh, is he muted?
No, she didn't say anything.
Oh.
Hello?
Say something. I said, unbelievable, Jeff. I'm here
There
again.
we go. Here we
Oh,
go.
he did turn you down, lad.
Unbelievable. But how you doing?
I'm very well, mate. How are you boys?
Good.
Good.
Thank you.
Grand. I am loving life right now.
We're
Obviously.
in the last game week, boys. Last Premier League game week is this weekend. How's everyone feel? I mean, I'm cool. We've got nothing going on. So how are you guys feeling? Ollie, obviously, actually, you kind of got something going on.
Sort of, kind of.
But really, I guess, well, Bards, you're sort of cemented on for the Champions League anyway. Second in the league.
Yeah.
Nothing to worry about. It's just Mark, really, who's got to play us.
Hopes and
Boys,
dreams.
Can we? Well, it's definitely not them, but
We can still get 7th, so...
that can be Europa League, I think, can't it? If Chelsea drop out and win the Champions League.
I don't think so, because we've still got West Ham above us, Leicester above us.
I think if
Liverpool
Leicester
now
win
for-
by a margin of 4-0, I think you can. If Leicester win,
Because
Chelsea
we
drop
can't,
out,
we
I think-
can't get above West Ham.
Oh right.
Now,
Okay.
Yeah, we're on 58 points. They're on 62. We've only got
Oh,
one game left.
Okay. Yeah. never
Europa
mind.
Conference
No.
it is.
Yeah, man.
Some sort of European football.
But yeah, well, we've got a packed show for everyone. We're doing our favourite Prem's like noughties kits. We did our 90s kits in a previous video, and we're now doing noughties this week. But we'll before we get to that, we've got some news to go through. There's been quite a few things going on this week. I guess as we were talking about Leicester, we should continue with Leicester. Congratulations to Leicester for the FA Cup win.
Yep.
Big
Little
win.
round of applause, I think. They absolutely smashed it. I say absolutely smashed it. It was a very scrappy game. Chelsea were actually pretty good for most of it, but obviously it was a fantastic goal from Tielemans. Unbelievable.
mate.
Did you guys see it?
Yeah,
One of the best
absolutely.
goals ever scored in the final.
Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
absolute
Yeah.
screamer.
I saw someone, a Chelsea fan online, saying if Mendy was in goal, he would have saved it.
No
I don't think
chance.
there's many people out there saving that.
No,
That
I
a
was going to
quality
say, that's a
goal.
bit harsh because
It's just not saving it.
there's a lot of keepers that would have struggled to really get to that.
Yeah, definitely. But I think most. I can't imagine there are many. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's a good game, man. Schmeichel came up with a huge save on Mount.
Schmeichel.
That looked like that was gonna go in. Yeah, Schmeichel had a great game, and then obviously the controversial moment, as it has to be a controversial moment, including VAR in games nowadays, was Chilwell's goal was put offside when it was like fine margin. I think you could have gone either way. I think, but
Yeah.
I don't know what you got. Would you guys think it was offside or?
It's one of those things. There's been a lot of these decisions this year. It's really splitting a hair, to be honest. I personally think it was. They did make the right call. I think it was slightly offside, but if it's such a small margin that
Yeah.
it could have gone either way.
I think the main issue was if there was no VAR, they probably wouldn't even have questioned it and been like it was too close to call. It stands, and that would have changed the entire dynamic. But because obviously VAR is now obviously in, you're gonna look at that and then they can probably see it by more precisely. Like it's offside by a fraction, but offside is offside.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Bars, what do you think of that, mate?
Yeah, I mean, given I think what sort of decisions we've seen this season, so it's all right. It's all right. VAR's there to do its job. It's offside, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
We've seen them. We can expect that to be called offside. I don't think it's anything to sort of pine over. I think if Chelsea fans do moan about it, they're clutching at straws, aren't they? Really? Because thanks to VAR, they got in the second game that they had later during the week, obviously there were some disallowed decisions there, so it does work. It is there for that reason. Okay, it's so minor that it doesn't really have an effect, or does it? But
Yeah.
Speaking of VAR and disallowed goals, Ollie, you mentioned a stat, I believe, about Timo.
Did, yes. He has scored 12 this season, and he's had 14 goals disallowed by either VAR or just officials overturning it this season.
That's astounding.
He's had more goals overturned than he has actually scored. That's mad.
well,
Is that one of the reasons why he was so popular? Oh, he used to bang goals before coming to the Prem.
Because it was that close every single time.
Who knows?
Yeah, well, that was his game. Literally, it was just running. You know.
Yeah.
did they not have VAR in Germany?
I think they did have VAR last year in Germany.
Oh, did they?
Did they?
I think they did. I'm fairly sure. Yeah, because I think they got it a season before we did.
I reckon he's just rubbish, mate.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah.
Well, it's
No,
possible.
but that is a crazy stat though. Like, that's
mad,
not
yeah.
something you want after having spent that much money on a player.
Especially if you're bagging in like nearly like 35 goals and like more than half of them are getting disallowed or something, or like 30 goals.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like most of them, you could have had a 30-goal season or something like that, which is great in the Premier League. But like, now you've had 12 because most of them have been fucking chopped off.
Yeah.
It's peak.
I wonder how many are actually him though, being offside, or if it's sort of the build-up plays offside.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was clearly offside the other day, but yeah, it'd be interesting to then compare
Massively
and
offside.
contrast.
When
Yeah,
are Chelsea going to learn to not celebrate until the goal's been confirmed?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Chelsea, you know, they're still in the running for top 4. They've still got a Champions League final to play. They could still come out of this season like, you know, having one of the best seasons of any English team. Do you know what I mean? So they should be fine. I think Chelsea fans are fine as long as I still think they're going to win the Champions League.
Do you reckon they're going to beat City?
Yeah, I think so.
On the City.
Yeah, I fancy Chelsea. You know,
Fair.
I think it'll make for it makes for an interesting game though, doesn't it?
I
mean,
I'd rather Chelsea than City.
I'd rather City. City win their first Champions League.
if Werner scores now in that final, then
Could you imagine?
he cemented his place. God, yeah.
Doesn't matter how he. Yeah, this whole season will be like completely like
Probably
how
get
his
ruled
form
out.
will be completely scrapped. No one will talk about it. They'll just be like, he scored the winner, mate. But talk about winners. What about Alisson's the other day, man?
Our Lord and Saviour, Alisson Becker.
Literally, it saved you from dropping points against West Brom.
I know it was oh mate, the
You guys were shit.
frustrating game to say the least, man.
Yeah.
Just frustrating. Just couldn't break West Brom defense down at all.
That's
Couldn't.
a mad sentence.
I know it is a mad sentence. You're right. I can't believe I just said that. Actually, Jesus.
Liverpool
He's
can't
the-
break West Brom's defence down.
I'm just.
He's the first Liverpool goalkeeper that's ever scored a goal, isn't he? And then he's like the
in a competitive
Fourth.
game.
yeah, I think he's like the 4th or 5th Premier League goalkeeper to ever score a goal, or whatever.
Yeah,
But,
who was it? Begovic did it not that long ago.
did it.
We should do an
Paul
episode on like
Robinson.
goal scoring keepers.
Yeah,
Paul
Sky
Robinson
Sports
did
did a
it.
little video the other day about it. Yeah, it was a handful of them: Paul Robertson, Begovic, Alisson, and
Yeah, I can't remember any other ones.
The
There's a
Hair
few
got an assist actually.
no, I can't remember who the
Edison's
last
done
one
quite a
was.
bit of that as well.
Alisson's also got assists.
But yeah, so Mark, what do you think, mate? Do you think you're going to get top 4? Obviously, you've got to play Palace.
I
We've
think
got
now
no
there is a
Eze.
strong
We've got
chance.
no Eze, so-
You've got to play us at Anfield with fans. I just think that's too much to ask for Palace. Without Eze, without that guy pushing that ball forward and delivering those balls that he does so excellently to Zaha, I think you're going to struggle. But
I've
then,
got a good stat for you on that.
go on.
Out of goal creating actions from dribbling per 90 minutes in the top 5 leagues, Eze is in the top 4%.
Such a baller.
Yeah. So
But without
we
him,
miss that. But we miss him. So yeah. it's
without
gonna be
him,
big,
I
but-
think it's going to be hard to lose the game because I think pretty much everyone is saying, "Oh yeah, we've just got to beat Palace by like 1 goal." And then Leicester have to win like 4-0 or something stupid like that. But then it's like, okay, but that's on the assumption that we actually beat Palace. Because
I think you'll be all right.
historically, you've given us a hard time, but we have found recent form, back-to-back form. So, and I think the lads will be well up for it as well.
That's the thing is we had started just finding form, but now Eze's got injured, so that form has now just dropped off.
He
started playing Fabinho in the right position.
Exactly, and now Thiago's starting to sort of get that chemistry now, knows what sort of balls to play, where to play them, who's going to be where. So you're starting to see the fluidity of the team pick up now. Like Thiago, I was watching.
God, he's picked it up, mate.
Fuck me, right? There was this. I was watching this little compilation of. It's called I don't know if it's the official name. It's called the Thiago turn, where he receives the ball and just gives it. Literally, it's just a turn, but it looks so simple. But he turned directly into space and just runs literally so far, and then plays the ball.
Sounds like a B-Tech version of the Cruyff turn, mate.
Yeah.
Sounds like what Eze does.
Well, he's doing it well now. He's doing it well now, and he is putting in some decent balls. So I think we'll be fine. I think we'll Palace will come to Anfield and we'll be fine. Well, I think we'll smash it.
What was it yesterday you called Firmino in our stream last night?
Oh, Firmino. I kept calling him Firmino. Because we were talking about Fabinho as well. And I was like, yeah, Firmino. I was like,
Firmino and Firmino's love child.
It would be quite fitting for Palace to beat you guys. Because it's at Anfield, we have a bit of a history.
You do.
It's Roy Hodgson's last game in charge of Palace. Obviously, was Liverpool manager as well. Liverpool fans didn't necessarily give him the respect that he deserves. I don't personally think. I know he didn't do a good job, but they were quite harsh. But so it could be quite interesting. It'd be quite interesting, I think. I don't think we're definitely not going to win. But
I think Palace could give us a hard time because historically Palace have always given us a really hard time.
Benteke's on hot shit form at the moment.
He really is. He scored in his last 4 games or something.
4-4, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. He's on like 10 goals, I think, this season or something. Or
ridiculous from Benteke.
9-10 goals. I know, ridiculous.
But it's fine. Nat Phillips got man of the match, so we've got a counter.
Well, I'll tell you what's happened. He's up for contract renewal. That's what's happened.
I see. This was I decided to bang him in.
Trying to pull his finger out now.
Yeah, exactly. But
to be fair, Palace have got a thing about ruining Liverpool's seasons right at the end.
Yeah, exactly. It would be cool. I'd love it. I think it'd be hilarious if we beat you guys and it meant you didn't get top 4.
You'd love it. I wouldn't.
It'd be hilarious, man.
I think everyone would.
I'd take it. I would definitely take it. But yeah, I don't know.
As Kevin Keegan once said,
I'd love it if we beat them.
Liverpool got to go there and get something. And I tell you right now, I'd love it. I'd love it if Palace beat them.
I'd love it if we beat them. Yes, yeah. But Liverpool gonna have to do a lot over the summer, man, if they're going to catch up with City.
Yeah, I think from what I've because I've listened to a few podcasts now and then, a lot of people have said that like FSG are willing to sort of let the reins go and just spend a bit in this transfer window to get win the Premier League again, to get back into that Champions League, start winning in Europe and being like that dominant club, which obviously we kind of are already, but at the same time, with all this Super League thing happening, it's like, spend that money, get these amazing players, and I'm just like, but that's just so unfair. Like to all these lower league teams, but it is what it is at the moment. And if we brought in some big names, if we brought in Mbappe in, I'll be like, yes.
You're never getting Mbappe, and you won't get Kane. City will get Kane, if anyone, and then you're left with Salah and Mane, who are just gonna
Mane's been so disappointing this season.
This has not been a great form for Mane, but Salah on the other hand has been great.
Salah's been fantastic.
I was absolutely shocked to see him not in Team of the Year.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's because Premier League top goal scorer.
We've just come to expect
better. It's a curse of his own success or something.
Yeah, he's just so good that we expect this from him, and then when he actually does it, we're all like, well, why aren't you doing better? It's like,
But that first season.
The cracks are starting to show, I think, with Mane now, because obviously there was that incident with him and Klopp the other day. Obviously Mane wouldn't shake his hand after the game, looked pretty annoyed. Obviously Klopp dismissed it.
I found out in the interview, Klopp was saying that's because he made a last minute change to start Jota, I believe, whereas typically Mane would have known about that with a lot more notice, I think. I think that
That's
was
fair
the
enough.
issue, which I'd probably be pissed if I wanted to play football and get some goals for my club and getting told last minute you're being dropped. I'd be pissed.
Yeah, true. That is fair point. But then you shouldn't be so shit over the season.
Yeah. then Jota's come in and started banging them in. Like,
exactly. Yeah,
it's called competition for your spot, mate.
Yeah. Talking about competition for a spot, there's going to be. I don't know. Don't they have only one striker now if Harry Kane leaves? Obviously, Harry Kane wants out of Tottenham. I guess to play that like Parrot kid or whatever his name is up front. But yeah, who? What do you guys think of this? I think he's going to end up going City.
He needs to leave.
Makes the most sense, man.
I don't care where he goes. I just don't want him at Tottenham anymore. He's openly said, I never said that I would stay at Tottenham. He said he wants to be playing at the highest level. He wants to be winning trophies, wants to be winning games. And obviously he's given Tottenham a fair few chances to be able to do that now. And they've not been able to help him do that. So I guess, you got to call time on it at some point. You can't waste some of his best years playing for a club that's not winning anything really. But yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing him at City, considering that they've got that position quite free and they've definitely got the funding to be able to do it. It's just whether they can convince Tottenham and Daniel Levy to be able to let him go.
Definitely. Well, I think. How long has he got left on his contract? Does anyone know?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. So I guess he can't even really. He's got not really any leg to stand on if they want to just keep him. He can't really do anything. He could sit out and not play, but I don't think
it might be another situation like an Özil or something, or like Gareth Bale at what's it called at Real Madrid, where he just ends up sitting on the bench half the time.
I don't think he's the kind of guy to do that.
No,
personally not.
I hope he's not. Definitely.
He's so professional, and that is like one of the most unprofessional things you can do. So
throw your prams out the crib or trolley, whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw your toys out the pram.
Throw your pram out the crib.
Even more, kicking off even more, mate. That's what I mean.
But yeah, I think wherever he goes, it'll be interesting. I hope it's City, because then he's going to be banked like 40 goals a season.
Yeah. With De Bruyne behind him.
And it'll be even better for England as well, going into World Cups with him, obviously, and the Euro. But yeah, I wonder if we'll find out before the Euros. I doubt it, but it would be interesting.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tottenham always said they don't want to sell him, and he's going to obviously stick to his guns and say I want to leave, and it's just going to be probably just a stalemate throughout the whole summer, throughout the whole Euros, where he says I still want to leave, we still don't want to sell you, and it's basically just whoever caves first, really, whether that be Kane to say fine, I'll stay for another season or whatever, but on the agreement that next summer you let me go or whatever. But again,
Kane. I think. Well, I don't necessarily think Spurs would be like against selling him if the price of like between 100 and 150 million come up, because like they need to rebuild massively, and having Harry Kane there, selling Harry Kane is the only way they're going to be able to do that. That's literally the only way.
Not Son.
Not Son, not Dele Alli. Like those two together still won't get you as much as Kane gets you on his own.
You reckon Kane could get 100, 150 million from the right team, from City?
Easily. Yeah, easily. I think you're starting at like 100 mil.
Yeah, 100%.
You're not offering. If you offer anything below 100 mil, you won't even look at it.
There was Harry Kane's had quite a personal conversation with Gary Neville, I think, in a little sort of interview they've done with Sky Sports. Yeah, the golf thing that they did, and Harry Kane's basically said, well, hopefully, if someone wants to pay 100 mil for me, we didn't say the person's name, but he's referring to Daniel Levy. He says that he might just think, you know what, go on then. If you're willing to pay 100 mil, then lovely. But yeah, I reckon starting value is 100 mil, and you can only go up from there.
I can't see anyone paying the 150 for him, to be fair. Not in this climate either. And I wouldn't necessarily pay 150 mil for him, especially if you can, for that price, you can probably get Haaland, and he's 22, he's got years on him, and he's tearing it up. I think the risk is bigger. What was that?
he's not proven in the Prem. Like Harry Kane's an experienced, proven Premier League player, and he's a leader. He's a captain. Haaland obviously is showing a lot of promise, and he's got a lot more years under his belt. But he could come to the Prem and be a flop.
It could be a flop.
But does City need to fork out 150 mil on like an experienced player?
They
Why
can
not?
though.
Why
they
not?
can.
At the end of the
They
day.
can. Why not? Like,
Well, this
and
is
he's
what
the best
I mean.
striker in the world, isn't he? Like,
I
let's be
think
real.
if they do that, then it will be because they lose the Champions League. I think if they lose the Champions League, they'll just go, "Yep, here you go. Here's the money." But
Yeah, true.
I think 100 mil will get him out of Spurs. I don't think it needs to be 110, 150. And to be honest, as a United fan, I would rather us not even entertain the idea or go for him. Put in a few bids, make the price go up and all that sort of jazz. But I wouldn't necessarily go for Kane personally. But that's because I want strengthening in other areas first.
Yeah.
And then
Fair
we
enough.
can get the striker,
You want
which
that
will probably be
right
Haaland. I want that right winger and I want a CDM. So bad.
Would you rather spend an extra 50 million to get Haaland this summer, or do you fancy your chances at wooing him next season when he's got that 75 mil? What do you call it? Price? Yeah.
I think if
Yeah,
it meant that
release
we were
clause,
going
exactly.
into our,
Cheers.
if it meant that we were going into our transfer like kitty now, I would just get a right winger, get a CDM, and maybe a centre back if you can do that, and then try your luck. But if we don't get him next year, then we don't. The thing is with Haaland, he's sick, but his agent's just so annoying, and I'm so fed up with it that if we don't get him, I'll just go after another striker. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be strikers out there, okay, not on Haaland's level, but if the annoying thing is I think Woodward and the board would love to sign like Harry Kane, but if you do that, there's no point in doing that if you haven't strengthened the team around him, and then he's a year older next year, so you need to get those players in, and then get your focal point, which is your striker, because he's going to cost you the most money probably. So yeah, I would do it like that, and I do think City will go for him because I think they'll lose the Champions League, and then they'll just be like, yeah, take the money.
Sure. I sort of see happening is City going for Kane. I see Haaland leaving next summer to like a Chelsea or something, but I think United will end up, strangely, because I've heard like little rumours on Twitter and stuff like that, I reckon United will somehow end up with Lewandowski in for how you got to have like Cavani and that for like the last few years of their career.
Yeah,
I think you'll end up with Lewandowski for like maybe 2 or 3 years in the back end, and he'll be a beast. I think could be quite good. I reckon you could even end up winning a title. Like you did it with Van Persie, didn't you? And ended up winning a Premier League.
Yeah,
So,
but Lewandowski's like 30 now, isn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think he'll. I think he'll be at Bayern for like another year, maybe 2.
He's still sick.
He's won everything you can possibly win.
He's been the closest he's ever been to winning the Ballon d'Or was last year,
and he got snuffed.
And he got snuffed. They definitely should have still done it, and he should have won it. But yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if we just go for like that right winger position, the CDM, and then get like a Danny Ings, or we'll get Danny Ings next year because he's only got 1 year left. So we'll say, listen, mate, we'll get you next year because they'll miss out on Haaland. That's my thinking. I mean, the board love a free transfer, and I mean, we do need a striker, but I don't think Anthony Martial can be any worse than he has been this year. Like, he's got to do something next year.
Send him on his way.
But we'll get on to the next bit of news. But this was from The Athletic, from David Ornstein, a very popular writer over there. He's wicked. He had a piece on Southgate's Euro team. I just want to speak because what he's suggesting is that Henderson, Sancho, and Grealish are like pretty much nailed on to make the team. I think if Henderson can show that he's fit, I think he's nailed on. If not, then obviously he probably won't go. But it also looks like Trent might be passed up, even though they have the 3 added spots. Obviously, he has his right backs in mind. You don't need to take more than 2-3 right backs to a tournament. Do you know what I mean? So, but he believes So this is what I'm reading here. He believes that Trent cannot balance defensive and attacking abilities as well as options like Walker, James, and even Trippier, which I think is, I don't know, because he's had a really good back end to the season, but I think on the generally, I think he's right. Like he isn't as good at balancing those as Walker. I mean, Walker's like option 1A really for that right back spot because he's perfectly balanced either way. But then
I think I'm going to have something to say about it. Though.
I don't know what you guys think. I'm sure Mark thinks it, but I still would probably rather have Reece James in there over Trent at the moment, personally.
Yeah, for defensive duties, definitely.
Yeah. But Trippier, he's actually had a pretty decent season, to be fair, for Atletico Madrid, bar the ban and that kind of thing. But I would take Trent over Trippier, personally. But I could understand why he wouldn't, because he also does massively favour Trippier, and he has that experience. And we have a lot of young players in this team that haven't got tournament experience. Yeah. But Mark,
also, Atletico are about to win a title.
And he has played really well. And he has played really well. He has.
It's not discredited just because Trent's like flavour of the year last year. Like he's been shite.
100%.
And he was crap against Real Madrid as well. That headed back pass was recent.
Trent has improved drastically from March onwards.
Yeah, he's been impressive over the last couple of games.
He has.
Like he stepped it up massively.
Don't get me wrong, I'm still not taking him over Walker or James right now. But yeah,
I can just see
think if we're going to come across against Belgium again,
I'm letting you guys have the mic. That's all I'm doing.
I just think if let's say we come against Belgium again, we'll get immediately unstuck. Yeah, if he's playing. So, and Trippier, to be fair to him, is really good on dead ball situations as well. Probably not as good as Trent. I'll give him that. But if he can be very good and then be very good defensively, well then why wouldn't you take it?
Trippier's proven.
Yeah, I agree.
Trippier's proven in the World Cup that he could score that banging free kick as well.
100%. And I think, sorry, we'll get on to Mark straight after this because I do want to hear what he has to say. But I do also think there's no chance if he takes Walker, James, and Trippier, there's no chance Trent goes because you can't take 4 right backs. With the players
no point.
On the pitch.
It's a waste of spaces.
Yeah, I think maybe you get away with it because if they play 3 at the back, Walker will slide into that third centre back. But then I don't really want Trent playing wing back. He doesn't normally play wing back. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. We'll see. But Mark, go ahead, mate.
So I think Trent should go. Really, let's put it blunt here.
Surprise.
Yeah, he's on his day. If he is having just a half decent game, or if he's just having just one of his usual good games where he's putting in these ridiculous balls, he alone can win you a game at right back. He can win you a game at right back, just because the delivery, the tracking back. He's like Alfie said, since March, he has really, really proven all the doubters wrong about his defensive abilities. I've watched games where I've seen him track back so fast with that. He just has like a burst now. That burst of agility to get in front of the player, get in front of them, get the ball, and then leave them behind, and then get a really good pass out for a really good counter. A ball's gone flying out, and he's managed to sort of turn and hit it on his left, but he's not left-footed, might I say, and get a nice dip. He can do it on his right, obviously. He's right-footed, He could do it while sprinting. He can get back. He can defend now. I think he's doing everything you need him to do and more. And bearing in mind, Alisson scored an amazing header, but who delivered that ball? At 95th minute with a competitive game, it was Trent. And it was a brilliant it dinked right into where it needed to be, and Alisson finished the job.
You were playing West Brom.
Yeah.
So what? It's that pressure of we're playing West Brom, we should win that.
Should have had a goal allowed.
It was a big game.
It was a big game. He turns up for. You can't say he doesn't turn up for big games, and he's someone who doesn't crack under pressure.
He didn't turn up against Madrid, did he?
I was about to say the same.
It happens, but you can't take one game and be like, that's it, that's him now for that. That's what he does, because he consistently is amazing. He's consistently amazing.
Until March this season, though, he wasn't great.
I don't think that. I still think he's been good.
We're not just talking about, obviously, he's been really good for the whole season, but he had one bad game. He's not been great for all season until March.
But I still think that's knock-on effects from other injuries and different sort of adapting plays. So there's obviously
Also,
loads to consider here, but I still don't think you could leave out a talent like Trent from
Don't
any
get me
game.
wrong, he's a really good player, but I think, yeah, like Alf said about that article, there isn't that balance there between obviously being able to push forward and whip those balls in and get back and do that defensive sort of duty. And it's not going to be a case of obviously the rumours start happening a couple of weeks or a couple of months ago about him not getting in the squad, and he's suddenly become this defensive genius and this showing defensive masterclasses every week. But obviously he has had small improvements, but is it enough to get him into that Euro squad? I still don't think so.
I also think if you're saying you're going to put him in to win you a game because he can do it on his own, I think England are in serious trouble if they're relying on a right back when they've got a midfield and a attacking lineup that consists of Grealish, Mount, Kane, Rashford, potentially Greenwood, Lingard, Sterling, Foden. If you're then relying on your right back to win you a game in the 95th minute as England,
we're fucked.
then you're in serious trouble.
But I still think that you can't just deny his talent. He is an absolute prodigy. Put him in that team, and I think he'll thrive with those options.
I think he starts against like teams like Scotland.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying.
Things like that.
If obviously you're against Spain, you're gonna be like, we kind of want some defense. Like you're someone who is better at defending. But like, yeah, I think that Gareth should take him, not use him in every game.
He doesn't play outside the group stage.
Well, this is a thing. If you can have a game where you can be more creative, you can keep the ball, push up for, you can have that room to attack. Why not start Trent? He'll push the ball up, and you won't have that pressure of fucking, any Spanish Jota coming at him. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're playing against a team that does need that defensive experience, by all means. I'm not saying play Trent in every single game because he's the best player alive. I'm saying Trent can be useful for attacking style football.
I think this tournament is going to be interesting in terms of the formation that Gareth plays, because you don't need Trent to take the ball out or run with the ball, because you don't want him high up the pitch because you've got Foden, Grealish. Foden's probably going to start. Grealish, I would probably start. It's between them two who starts basically, and they're dribblers. They're going to take the ball and push the ball up. So the last thing you want is your right back to be ahead of Mount, Foden, or Grealish.
Yeah.
You want him behind you, and we can afford to probably do that. Whereas at the World Cup, we had a really good system, and these talents weren't really flourishing at that point. So we probably had to play with the five at the back and the wing backs going so far forward and playing so far up the pitch. Whereas now you don't want them to, because if you're going to be left exposed if he's not in position, and yet you've got all these midfielders pushing forward and potentially are attacking three as well. So I think that's why you don't particularly need him. And I know what you're saying about Scotland, but then the games in which if he doesn't mesh with Mount, he's not going to mesh with Foden and Grealish. They're going to play the odd games. So Trent just doesn't fit in that mould.
Sorry to cut you off there. We do have. I think what Ollie was about to say. I think we're getting a bit carried away with that conversation, because we have got Simon in the chat asking when we're going to be picking kids.
No, I wasn't going to move on. Don't worry, man. I'm still talking about Trent.
No, we're just half an hour in. I'm worried. We still need to get through sort of like all of our specials.
We'll wrap up the news. We'll wrap up the news in a minute.
Okay.
In a sec.
Yeah. One last thing I was going to say about Trent though is we are forgetting. Obviously, this is Gareth Southgate's England team, and this is not Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool team that he's going to be playing in. Yeah. I think they're two very different sides, and they're going to be playing different styles of football. It might work really, really well in the style of football that Klopp plays with Liverpool, but is it going to work how Gareth Southgate wants him to play? And he's not going to change up his whole footballing style just for sort of one tournament and be able to do that sort of consistently throughout the tournament when he's been used to playing a certain style of football with Klopp for the last couple of years. Obviously they are, as I say, they're two very different managers, and what works with one may not work with the other.
To be fair, if he's out the England squad, at least he can focus more on his Liverpool club duties. So
silver linings, mate. Silver linings.
Can practice crossing, can't he? Taking corners.
Right, let's get into the next bit of news. The most exciting bit of news of the week is that Crystal Palace's Amazon documentary, When Eagles Dare, the trailer has dropped, and it is coming June 4th. Who is excited? I'm very excited.
I think it'd be a great watch.
I think it'll be a good watch.
Yeah, the drama.
Sure, there's going to be some stuff that Palace fans are going to get the piss taken out of them about, but that always happens.
Every documentary though, surrounds a football team. Tottenham probably had it with their All or Nothing documentary. City probably had it. Sunderland definitely had it with their piss poor documentary that they made. I don't know what it was called now, but yeah. And then that would be good, June 4th, I suppose. But apart from that, Roy Hodgson's retired. Bit of Palace news. Obviously, his last game is going to be this weekend against Liverpool, but that's him. Four gracious. Well, they were good, but they were great years. To be fair for Roy, he did actually do a fantastic job. I know I've been on this podcast, moaning about Roy, and rightfully so. Like it's been painful at times, but all in all, like with the lack of money we spent and the lack of investment in the team, I think he's done an unbelievable job. And yeah, I think fair play. Thank you very much, Roy, for the 4 years. Keeping us in the Premier League, and setting up the first year of this academy with the first team, bringing in a few youngsters and that, and should be interested to see what Frank Lampard can do with the team. Not official yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be him. Steve Parish is going to throw a curveball at you guys, and it's going to be someone horrendous.
Nah, I don't think so. Steve Parish is not. He cares about the football club, unlike some owners of teams in the chat or in the podcast.
Some, all apart
all
from
of
you.
them, actually. Yeah, true. Yeah.
But just touching on that though, Kroenke is putting some money into Arsenal, only to pay off the 120 million loan that we took out at the beginning of COVID, though.
Oh god,
fantastic!
Yep,
you took a loan and you still had to sack your 120 million loan. You still had to sack your mascot. Disgusting.
We didn't sack him, all
right? At least you're paying your debts off.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We actually turned a profit for the first time. I think it was last year for the first time as a club. We turned a profit, so
bang.
Being in liquidation 10 years ago, it's not too bad for a decade. But yeah, we'll leave the Palace chat there because everyone else will just be bored shitless. But yeah, so weird. I just came across this morning. I just wasn't expecting this. Ashley Barnes has been arrested on suspicion of drink. Well, he's been charged for drink driving.
Oh.
Hours after they beat Fulham and they, secured their Premier League safety for another season. Status is a good word. But yeah, it was just a bit of a mad one. Burnley said they're going to do their own internal disciplinary procedures. But yeah, I mean.
Similar thing happened a little while ago. I think it was on the news list that we had a couple of weeks ago, but we didn't mention it. With Ollie McBurney, also got arrested as well.
But is this drink driving when you've had like a few too many beers, like 2 to 3 or maybe 4 beers, and then gone driving and cops recognised you and pulled you over, or is this like you've just come back from an absolute lashing?
Didn't have the specifics, mate.
Either way, he's been caught breathalyzed and he's over the limit. So
so no excuses.
I mean, to be fair, think back to the first lockdown when Grealish decided to go out on the Raz. Not only did he go to a party, but he also drink drove and then crashed his car and then ran away. So I'm sure Ashley Barnes will be all right.
I was going to say, sure, he's fine.
But but Grealish is really good at football and he's going to do well for England. So we don't care about that. We turn a blind eye. Literally the new gadget. But yeah, we'll Ashley Barnes, mate. Why? You've got such a good life, bro. Just
I know he's not going to be getting paid like the sort of money he'd be getting paid at like City or something, but he's not going to be getting bad money at Burnley being a Premier League player. Like, why do you have to drink and drive?
He definitely gets over 50k a week.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? So
he gets paid more than enough to be able to afford an Uber home.
Oh mate, 100%, 100%. But yeah, we'll leave the Ashley Barnes chat there. No one cares about Burnley. So on to our last bit of news, and then we'll get on to the main bit. Just quickly, Cantona, Beckham, Lampard, Gerrard, Keane, Bergkamp all added to the Premier League Hall of Fame.
Nice.
Did you see the video for Gerrard? Like
mate,
Gerard's announcement.
I had to look it up because I didn't even look at who had been announced when I had to look it up.
Mate, on the video that they do, they specifically highlight one of his achievements is 6 times Player of the Month. Now, I can think of a considerable amount of players that have achieved more than 6-time Player of the Month.
Yeah.
But I'll let you think of those in your head.
Had about 4 in the last 6 months himself.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's just pretty. I thought that was really funny that he's in it off the back of that.
Well, it is. Yeah, I mean, we won't go into the Gerrard debate because we've got a Manchester United fan and we've got a Liverpool fan here, and it could go on forever.
We've had the Gerrard debate before.
Who cares about the Premier League Hall of Fame, innit? Like, everyone's going to be in it.
Yeah.
So who cares? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a matter of time before everyone's in it.
I thought they were doing like 2, I don't know, like.
I thought they were going to do that. I thought that's at least a decent way of doing it. Now they're just chucking everyone in.
Yeah, it's just one every hour.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. They originally announced Henry and Shearer, and then they said when they announced that, well, these are the 2 original, the founding inductees of the Hall of Fame. Now here's a list of 23 players. We're going to put 6 more in, and I don't know if that's just for the first year, and then every year after that they're only going to do 1, 2, 3, however many they're going to do. But yeah, I think they've had to set the lining of the Hall of Fame. That at least have a couple of players in there before you start only doing like a couple. Because as I say, there's a lot of players over the last 20, 25 years or whatever that definitely deserve to be recognised for something like that. And if they were only to do 2 a year or 1 a year or whatever, half of these players are never ever going to be able to like get in there and see that sort of, or get that sort of recognition. But yeah, I do agree with you, App. I don't really 100% see the point in it. It's a nice idea, I guess, but
do you reckon they should have just dumped loads of players in there who obviously do deserve to be in there? Just dump them all straight to begin with, and then just gone, this is how we're now going to justify putting future players in.
If I'm being completely honest, they just shouldn't have done it. What's the point? Who cares? No one gives a shit. It's not a prestigious thing in this. Like, no one cares.
No one cares.
Like, they shouldn't have done
there's
it.
no Palace players.
Shouldn't have done it. Like, well, who cares? I wouldn't give a shit if there was. I'd be like, all right. But yeah, that's it for the news. We'll move on to the main part of le podcast, which is our kits. We are chosen. I think about 7 or 8. I think we've gone roughly numbers about that.
Yeah, I went about it.
How many kits we like from the noughties. So yeah, please. Last time I realised we were terrible at describing the kits. So for our people just listening, I'm really sorry about that. We'll do a much better job of being verbal about the kits and which ones.
Yeah. More descriptive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So who do you want me to raffle first? Who are we going through?
Just whatever, man. Whoever's.
Okay.
Oh, mine. Okay. We'll start with the first. These are mine, Alfie's. These are my noughties, my favourite kits from the noughties. So we'll start with the first one. Mark, please scroll through.
I just want to double check, guys. Do you think this is suitable to look? Is it sort of?
Yeah, it's all good.
All good. Yeah, I just want to double check because last time I think it was a little hard to see the screen. So.
Oh no, we're all good. We're all good. So this first one is the Manchester United 05-06 away kit. It is the predominantly blue one with the red like lining on the sleeves and on the collar, like the shoulders and the collar. The Vodafone symbol, the underrated having the badge in the middle of the shirt. Heavily underrated design there. And then with the Nike, you can't go wrong with Nike as a sponsor. But this kit, I just remember this kit from being a kid, man. Always thought, obviously, red and blue, being a Palace fan, love it. But I just thought, I don't know, I think it's one of the best Premier League kits Man United's ever had as an away kit. But I don't know, how do you feel about this one?
Yeah, this didn't actually make it onto my one, but I was...
Good.
This was a close one. I do like this one. I remember this one as a kid as well, and I think the Vodafone logo is an underrated sponsor. If that could be a thing. Yeah, there's an era of sponsors that were just the golden age of sponsors, and I have a feeling a lot of the kits are obviously gonna showcase that. But
well, the next kit does. But
I think doing these.
Sorry, was this the season that Ronaldo first came to United? 05-06.
Should we
You
have
know
a
what?
quick
I think he
Google?
came. I think he came the year before.
Yeah. It's either that year or the year before.
Yeah, because I remember. Yeah, this was one of the first kits that he played in. I remember. But yeah, what? Yeah, I just think it's a great kit, man. You can't go wrong. Like, I wish kits were like this now, man. There's so much worse.
Yeah.
Preparing these lists for me, I was just like, why can't we go back to the good old days? I think we should do a retro year where every Prem team wears a retro
You just
kit
done
for a
one.
year.
Oh, okay, everyone. Yeah, so
Yeah, every Prem team wears like literally the exact same kit, not like a modern version of the new kit of like the like one of the old kits. Literally wear the old kits.
yeah.
He went
One from
to United 2003 to 2009. Just might have been a few years.
Yeah, even earlier. Bloody hell. But fair. All right, yeah. Well, that's the first kit. Manchester United away, 05-06. If you're listening, give it a Google, have a look, see what you think. Let us know in the comments if you think that's one of the best kits from the noughties. All right,
Number
on
one
to the
means
next
it's your favourite, right?
No. This is my favourite. Bad boy, Crystal Palace 04-05. Had to sneak it in because it was the only year we were in the Premier League in the noughties. But yeah, I mean, it's just great. It's our old red. It's not as like I think it's darker than our old red, but almost like nearly a claret type color. But it's got the classic Churchill sponsor on it.
The Churchill sponsor is a classic Palace one.
It's a nice badge.
That's one of the main sponsors that I
badge.
remember from the noughties.
Yeah, it's got our old badge, which I really love as well.
It's a nice badge.
And I think a kit design that you had not seen that often in Diodora. I've got to say that's an audacious kit designer. And the old Premier League badge on the shirt sleeve, you cannot. I know that's for every team at that point, but it is an absolute classic. And one of my favorite Palace players of all time, Andy Johnson, wearing it. So can't go wrong there. But what do you guys think of this kit?
No, I think it's quite nice. I like the sort of quite large blocks of stripes rather than thinner stripes. I think obviously back then block pattern was quite big, so the whole blue and red stripes going down is quite nice. And the red, does it continue onto the sleeves as well? I think.
What
the stripes? It's got like a on the side and maybe blue as well.
Underarm, I think on like the inside of the sleeve is blue and the outside is red.
I've just seen a little bit of blue, but I don't know if it's like thicker. It's just thicker red, which I actually think is quite a nice, simple design but effective.
Yeah.
Nice collar as well.
Yeah, I love the old baggier shirts, man.
One size fits all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was wicked. But I think this was the year as well we had like hooped socks, and we haven't had hooped socks in forever, like the red and blue hooped all the way down. Yeah, it's peng. But yeah, Crystal Palace 04-05. Let us know what you think. What's on for the next one? Chelsea. This is such an underrated kit. Chelsea 03-04 away. It's the white kit with the black and the blue stripe down the middle with the Fly Emirates sponsor in between. Made by Umbro. Sick sponsor. And the old Chelsea badge, which I love, which I think is way better than their new one. I do like their new one a lot. That is such a classic with just the CFC and the lion. Yeah, and this was a Chelsea team that was like, this was basically Mourinho's first season, right? 03-04.
Potentially,
is this not Ranieri?
Oh yeah, I think you're right. It's Ranieri. Then it's Mourinho 04-05.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But yeah, I remember because obviously having Chelsea fans in the family, remember this kit and having Chelsea fans as mates and stuff. Just remember everyone, all of them rocking this kit. It was such an underrated. I think it's one of the best away kits they've had in a while. But
I forget they used to be sponsored by Fly Emirates as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because Arsenal have been sponsored by them for so long, I've just dismissed that now, and I forget about Chelsea having it. But yeah, that's a nice kit.
I like how the stripes
really reminds
fade.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. It really just reminds me of noughties, like old school football, man. That the Chelsea badge is one of them things that instantly comes to my head when I think about old school football.
Yeah. Going through my kits, I was thinking about that Chelsea badge. It's so superior to their new one, I think.
Yeah.
It was very nostalgic putting my list together, looking for all the kits and stuff, because I found a decent on the Premier League website. It's got obviously like the year, and it's got every single home and away kit for each team for that year. I was just going through it. I was like, oh my god, there's so many memories coming back. Very nostalgic.
Nice. Moving on to the next one.
Yep, let's go to the next one. That was Chelsea 03-04 away kit. Have a look. And now for another ultimate kit. It's a shame that they're not in the. Well, is it a shame? Not really. But it's a Portsmouth 03-04 kit, all blue with the. I think that's an old Portsmouth badge. They don't have that one anymore, I don't think. But it's got the TY. I don't know how is it TY?
It looks at TY, yeah.
Well, I know that it is, but is that how you say it? Was it Ty or TY? I'm not. Whatever it is.
TY it stands for. I can't remember what it stands for. It's like a toy.
They did the beanie.
Beanie
Babies, didn't they? Did the Beanie Babies? Yeah. I just remember this Portsmouth team back in the day. It was Premier League. It was just sick. But I think it's they had another one where they had the blue and the gold. Yeah. On them when they had like Pedro Mendes, all them boys back in the day. Yakubu, I want to say, was it Yakubu they had?
They have Glenn Johnson on that one as well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did have Glenn Johnson. But
his volley, left foot volley.
Oh mate, what a goal! But I think I just really like this kit, man. Yeah, have a look at it. Portsmouth 03-04. There's not much to say about it. It's a very limited design, but it's mainly the sponsor, if I'm being honest, that does it for me. It's just a sick sort of looking sponsor to have on a shirt. But
What's the kit manufacturer?
I was just having a look. Is it Fila? I don't know. It's definitely not Fila.
No, it's not Fila. It kind of looks like an old what's it called?
Reebok.
Oh no, I was gonna say
Oh no, it's not.
Sportif. That's it. Yeah.
I'm gonna see if my Google Lens picks up what it is.
You know what I don't like about that sponsor? And I was looking at this shirt, and now I'm looking at it again. I think I've realised what it is. It looks like that sponsor is way too high and way too close to the badges.
Yeah, everything is very compact, isn't it?
Yeah,
just
and then the rest
bit
is
here,
just
basically.
empty.
Yeah. No, that's a fair point. But
I think a lot of teams are guilty of that though in these noughties eras. I think because the shirts were so baggy, for them to actually look where they were supposed to be, they had to be quite high up and close together. Whereas these days, obviously, they're all wearing skin tight shirts, so they can be sort of it can be sort of each badge can be placed a little bit more spread out.
Definitely. But yeah, that's one of my the top shirt 03-04 Portsmouth home. Mark on to the next one, my man. I mean, this is just a classic shirt. 05-06 Wigan home JJB sponsor. You love to see it again. Badge in the middle of the shirt. Doesn't happen anymore. Man like Jimmy Bullard wearing it. I just remember this. This was Valencia was at this team, wasn't it? Antonio Valencia before he came to you guys. I think was that right? Wigan. Bard?
Oh, sorry. Antonio Valencia.
Yeah, was he at Wigan?
Yes, he was at Wigan. Yeah, he came to us obviously when Ronaldo left, so he might have. I don't know if he went. I don't know when he went to Valencia. The thing is with Wigan, all their kits look so similar, didn't they?
Yeah. True.
But the JJB sponsor on that is
it's wicked.
God, R.I.P. JJB.
I know. Another. Yeah, it's where all us lot went to go get our boots back in the day.
I like that sort of panel at the top as well, and then it's sort of the blue and white stripes.
It separates. Yeah, it's really nice. It's sort of what Palace tried to do, but just we did it way fucking worse this season.
Fair enough.
But and then I just remember this Wigan team being so fun that season. They finished pretty high. I think they finished like 7th or something, or like 6th. I can't remember.
Badge as well. It's not the new modern
it's
one.
Old badge as well. Yeah. But I just remember this team being so fun, and this kit is one of the first ones I remember when I talk about like noughties footballers and that.
Is this Steve Bruce era Wigan? Was he there afterwards?
I think it was Steve Bruce era. I'm trying to think who else they had around this time as well as their manager. No, I don't know.
Paul Jewell, wasn't it, or something?
Oh, Paul Jewell, that is it. Yeah, Paul Jewell, mate.
That's a name.
You haven't heard when you haven't heard a name in forever. Bloody hell. Paul Jewell, what a throwback. It's like Martin Yole. That's another guy that's a throwback. Martin Yole. But Wigan 05-06. Pretty nice kit, to be fair. On to the next one. I think I think this might be the last one. Another Chelsea kit, 06-07. It is like the luminous yellow one when they moved to Samsung Mobile. I think it's one of the first years they would have had Samsung Mobile as their sponsor. The new Chelsea badge as well. And it's got the weird like sort of lines on it as well. on the top and then down the sides. I just remember watching them play in the Champions League with it, and when it had the Champions League badge on it, it looked sick as well. But yeah, I like the audacity of having a luminous yellow kit. It's so horrible, it's nice.
This is when they went sort of like ultra modern. They revamped everything. So when they changed up the sponsor, like you say, and they changed up their modernized their logo as well, their badge.
Quite like the Adidas in the middle there.
Yeah, it's a good shirt, man. I think I had this shirt. But yeah, it was a good time for Chelsea as well.
Future Palace manager on the screen as well.
Future Palace manager on the screen. You never know. But I think that's it for my kits. Yeah. The Chelsea last one was. Oh no. So that last one was a Chelsea 06-07. Go and check it out. It's a very, very audacious and very, very nice kit. This one purely on the sponsor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a great sponsor. This is the Wolves 03-04 home kit with Dorito sponsor. You just
love to see
haven't seen that since, and it's just a sick sponsor. That's purely the reason it's in here. I can't say any other reason why I like it. Actually, the collar's quite cool with the thing at the front and then the actual collar. But mate, yeah, that is just the.
It's not a horrible orange as well. Sometimes you think orange, you think horrible cut, but it's actually really nice, like blood orange or a dirty orange.
Yeah, and it's like a Dorito cheesy orange.
matches their flavor.
Tangy cheese orange, which just the Dorito sponsor did it for me. Put it over the top. That's it. That's definitely it. I think.
Yeah, that is it.
That is it. Wolves 03-04 is the last one. But yeah. Okay. So that was mine.
Okay, well, good selection. I don't think I had any on there that you had.
Oh, nice.
Which is nice.
Right, take us through yours, Mark.
Okay, so my selection. I've gone for a different design, as you can probably see. So Man City 09-10. It was obviously 09, so.
It's fine.
Okay, cool. We're allowing it. So this one I picked because I just like the cleanness, the clean finish on this as well. It's really nice sky blue, as we all know Man City love to rep. I just thought it just shouts Man City as well. I just really liked it. It's just nice, simple, just good.
It was them on the turn, wasn't it, as they were starting to get good.
Yeah, it's just funny as well because they've got the old badge, haven't they, on there? Yeah. But for such a to me, that's a modern kit being 2010. 2010 was only last year, wasn't it? So, wasn't that long ago. So it's funny that they've had their modernisation quite
late, almost. But I picked it purely because it's just a nice clean finish, and it was that blue that everyone recognises with Man City. Of course, there's going to be a few of these, but this is the Liverpool 09 and 10 kit.
It's the away kit because it's the black one.
It is their away kit, black and gold with that red stripe as well and the badge. Another one with the Adidas in the middle and that classic Carlsberg sponsor.
That's the best sponsor I've ever had.
I was just every single time I was in Carlsberg, I was like, the candy paint is nice, yeah.
Candy is Carlsberg, man. That's the
Candy's the retro one. Carlsberg's the classic. And then the standard chart is just modern. But yeah, no, I picked this one because black and gold it's just such a good combo. Bayern Munich got a new kit out, black and gold as well. Away kit, I think they got.
Nice, haven't seen that.
Oof, it is dirty. And it just sort of reminded me of this where it's got that black and gold and it just works really well. And yeah, no, it is up there as one of my favourite kits, but you'll see some more going forward.
Alright, so that was Liverpool 09,
West Brom 08, 09. And then the reason why I really like this one was because there was no sponsor.
It's just navy and
club,
white stripes.
Umbro, navy and white stripe. I like the collar. Sleeves are nice. It's just simple. It's plain. It's just brilliant. I just really like it. I mean, obviously, we on this podcast we do like our sponsors. And we do, like the classic sponsors and stuff like that. But I just think...
if anyone wants to sponsor us, we will love you.
Yeah. Yeah, we will wear you on T-shirts.
Yes.
But no, I picked this purely because it is just different from what you see. It has no sponsor. It is just a nice plain West Brom shirt. Just quite liked it.
Good.
Did no one want to sponsor them that year?
I don't know, mate. I actually should have looked into that. I have no idea. Moving on to the next one, Man City 0708. Now, I really like the purple that they used for this. I think purple is a hard colour to sort of get down with at some times, but I think City did a good job with this one. And I also don't mind the sponsor as well. Questionable.
Classic.
I think it's questionable. If it was just Thomas Cook, fine. ThomasCook.com.
Oh, you're not a fan of the .com?
.com, I don't know, because I was like, ThomasCook.com. I was like, okay, that's random. But no, I think the collar is also really nice. Again, another sleek, simple design with that sort of white pinstripe going down on top of the purple. I think just works really nicely. But yeah, I just thought it worked quite clean. I'm not sure if you guys feel the same. If you sort of like,
I love it. It's similar to the one they had. I had in my one for the '90s kits because they had a similar one back then when they had the brother sponsor.
Yeah.
But it's nice, man. As you say, a badge in the middle is a winner for me.
Yeah, that's also a good one.
Just looks sick. But yeah, I like purple, man. Like Fiorentina, I've always liked Fiorentina's kits. Purple's always. I think it's a nice color, man. You can do a lot with it.
I think you can go really wrong with purple though if you don't get it right.
Yeah, you have to make sure the secondary color is
good. It can clash really hard. Usually, just people just do it with white.
But it's Man City 0708. I love it. The purple one.
Moving on, we have a Liverpool 0708. Now this is sort of similar to that Chelsea kit. I realised with the those what was it? I don't know what to call them. There's like those little hook thingies or the accents on them.
The accents, yeah.
That's it. It's
I'm not a big fan of this one, Mark.
Are you not? Oh, see, I quite like it. It's my white and red with the green Carlsberg. I just think it's a nice kit. Yeah. I think the colours like they pop, but like a white kit, I'm a bit.
Yeah, I think the red accents bring it down a bit. I don't mind like the red stripes because the Adidas stripes or whatever down the arms, but I'm not a big fan of the red sort of that goes around like the chest and like the hips and stuff. I think it would have been nicer. It would be a lot cleaner without it.
That green Carlsberg logo is unbelievable.
It's nice.
No other way to describe it. It's so nice. It's just green. You think it'd be really garish and horrible, but
it just sits.
I think football kits.
Oh. But yeah, no, I really liked it. I've liked this kit for a while, and I have been looking at buying it purely because that Carlsberg. I think Bardell pointed out that Carlsberg, I believe, is sort of that main attraction there, because usually you're used to seeing it as white, but green on white, it just really like it. And again, the Adidas in the middle, nice, good little piece there as well. But yeah, Liverpool 0708.
It was nice. Yeah, it is nice. Without the red bits, I think I'd
That's
really
fair.
like that.
I think if you actually took those red accent bits, the little hooky things away, that would probably pull more into like a 2010s section, if you know what I mean, the style of it. But yeah, I get what you mean, to be fair. Now, one for H.
Representing
Reading 0607. Right.
Someone to represent.
Yeah. So I've recently been playing them as a FIFA club and career on PlayStation, which most people know because I'm pretty much sure I've said it every time I've been on. I just really like this. Again, it's what I think is a simple kit done nicely. This probably isn't the best image, but I couldn't find a better image without sort of it being sort of pixelated or weird, or just not the full kit. But obviously, it looking a bit more, if it looked a bit more natural, it just looks like a nice classic 0607 t-shirt. I really like the blue, and obviously you can't go wrong with pairing that with white. Quite like to see Puma on there as well. It was nice. And what is that, a Russian sponsor or something? It's like a Russian sponsor.
I have no idea.
Whatever it was, it's not horrible. It's actually alright. I quite like it.
Yosira, I think it's called. I don't know.
Just had that backwards, or that weird sort of shape. It looked a bit Russian, so I was like, oh, it's got a nice. I like the font. It's quite cool. But yeah, Reading 0607.
I think for that one,
Yeah.
That one, I think it's weird the fact that one of the top of one of the sleeves is blue and the other one's white, but it's
good spot. Works. Oh my god, I did not even clock that.
That's the thing. Like they're two different colours, but yeah, it kind of works strangely.
Do you reckon the back is still blue? You can see on the back of the collar there.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even clock that, Ollie. Good eye. Fair. So that's the Reading 0607 kit. Moving on, Chelsea's 0506, the mainly blue and white, but then there's got that gold bit on the shoulders and that gold ombro. Again, a clean kit. I love a clean kit, and it's just looking clean. Like with that Samsung, the new badge, which obviously we said we prefer that old one. But I just really like the blue. I really like the touch of gold as well. Especially you got at the bottom, you can see the little slits of gold there. I think it's quite nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I really like this one. I actually think this one is in my one as well. But yeah, it's those gold accents, and obviously it's synonymous with such a good team.
Drogba.
It's just a strong kit, I think.
Yeah.
I think all round, it's not cluttered. It's similar to if you took the lines away on that Liverpool kit, it would look a lot better. And this one doesn't go OTT on the lines, but it's just got those good accents on the shoulders. And I think it does have some on the sides. But yeah, very nice.
Nice. And this is one more. West Ham United 0102. Dr. Martens.
You stole one of my ones, Mark.
It's going to happen. You could have gone first, to be fair.
This is what I asked you if you wanted to cross-reference your ones with everyone else's, Mark. But
well, too little, too late, innit? So Ollie will probably want to explain a bit more when it gets to him. But no, purely, right, I didn't really... The colour scheme, I think, is quite a bit of a classic. But it was the Dr. Martens sponsor that did it for me, to put it bluntly. I was like, that's cool. I like it. And it's not boring. It's, it goes up a little bit at the end. It's little things like that, and I was like, "Yeah, it's going on. It's going on the list." But yeah, that was the West Ham United.
It's meant to be like a shoe, isn't it? As you sort of put your foot down the heel, and then obviously as your toes go down.
Yeah, it's just a nice little touch. I quite liked it.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that.
Am I the only one looking at these kits?
You know what? As well about those kits, the Dr. Martens logo. It was like 3D on the kits and like spongy. It wasn't like a stuck-on sort of logo. So as a kid, I was always picking it off, obviously, and then ruining my retro shirts. But yeah, I love that kit. It's a very nice kit.
It's good.
Fila, shout out to Fila.
Don't know if there's any more. Chelsea 0102. This one actually has the old badge. Alf, did you have this one maybe, or did you have like a white one?
I had the white one with the blue and the black.
I favoured the blue. Again, clean look. Really like the collar. It's got the old badge with that Fly Emirates, and you haven't got anything on the sleeves, so it really drives home just blue and white. Chelsea, simple, clean, and that's I think that might have been the last one. I think there might have been one from 2000. Is there two more?
Well, there's two more slides at the bottom anyway.
Arsenal 0102. Now I really like this one purely again for the sponsor. I like the colour as well, like sort of the whole style of it. But that Sega, it's a lovely sponsor. As a great sponsor.
Our home kit that season had the Dreamcast sponsor as instead of the Sega.
Yeah, I saw. I went with Sega though, just because I just preferred that Sega one. It's just got a nicer font. It's got.
That's kind of sick.
Yeah, but it's like what? It's like a dirty yellow or a gold. I think it comes through as gold. I really like. I also do like those panels at the bottom with that red accent as well coming along, because it does match the badge a bit better.
It's like the armpit kind of panels.
Yeah. It just I think it goes well with the badge, and the sort of there's a clear theme going through this as well.
Again, another old school badge before we modernise.
Yeah, another old school badge. So that is the Arsenal 0102. I do think there's just one more. Oh yeah, Liverpool 00 to 01. Badge in the middle, sponsor with a nice collar, and it's just red.
Reminds me of Michael Owen, that.
But yeah, again,
that just screams Robbie Fowler to me.
Again, this is just another kit. I think you guys can now shop for football kits for me, because it's clear that I just like a clean kit. Because again, this one was just like, it's clean, it's simple. You can't beat that Carlsberg sponsor. Badge in the middle with a collar as well. I just think
you guys have it's a slightly different badge, isn't it? Obviously, you've got the whole
it's got like a whole shield.
Yeah, and obviously there's no kit sponsor on it as well.
Yeah, I just really liked it. I think that was my last one.
Yeah.
That was my last one.
Nice.
So we are there.
That was a good collection of kits there, man.
So we'll do OGs now. Bang. OGs, Maltese kits. Lovely little visual, Ollie.
Yeah, you know what I mean, mate.
Anyway, here's your first one. Oh, maybe not.
You might have ticked it. Oh yeah.
I scrolled.
Here it is, the Arsenal away 0708 kit. But it's like it is in real life. It's like an off-whitey sort of color, and as you can probably see a bit more on the picture on the right-hand side, there's actually like small bits of writing near the bottom and in the middle and near the top. There's like it's sort of striped, but there's like really small bits of writing that you can't really properly see. But I had this shirt. I think I bought it when I was in Turkey one year. It was from a Turkish market. Obviously, it wasn't real. But, I used to love that shirt. It was so nice. Again, very clean. Obviously, it's not. We've not gone for our usual sort of red. Gone for the sort of the whole burgundy sort of color.
White and burgundy is a nice little combo there.
Yeah, I also saw there was a concept kit for, I think, last year that someone put online, or it was kind of like the new Arsenal kit, but it was done in this design. Nice. It looks so nice. It was a picture of Ozil wearing it, and I was a bit like, oh, RIP.
Awkward.
But yeah, no, really nice clean kit. One of the first years we had Fly Emirates as well.
Yeah. Cesc Fabregas as well before he went.
The boy Cesc.
Nice, good kit. What's that? Arsenal away 0708. Nice.
Yeah. Again, same one that Mark just had, the West Ham home 2001 to 2002 kit. We've got Joey Boy, Joe Cole on the wearing it as well there. Yeah, just like Mark said, it's a really nice sort of clean kit. Really, I love the Fila logo. I love the Doc Martens logo. Yeah, everything about it. I do like West Ham's old badge as well. The collar's pretty thick as well. My brother used to have this top. I remember stealing it off him a couple of times. But yeah, lovely kit. Lovely kit.
That's the West Ham home 0102. Oh,
you gotta love Claret and Blue.
Chelsea away 2006 to 2007. We've got lovely black kit with the white pinstripes. Obviously, it's got sort of the blue accent sort of going around the sides and the arm as well. I just think this is so nice. It's slightly different for Chelsea as well. They didn't really do too many like quite dark kits. I think this is obviously coming from an era of when they were having sort of like white away kits and stuff like that. But yeah, it just looks really just neat and tidy.
I like that.
It looks very smart as well. I think the pinstripes make it really smart. I like the fact that they kind of went for the Chelsea logo to be in the same color as like all the accents as well, the kind of like grey kind of color. They greyed out their badge. It's just something a bit different that you don't really see too many clubs doing these days. A lot of them could have obviously just changed a different sort of kit, but the badge will always be the same. They've gone for something slightly different here.
It's a nice collar now. It's actually quite a nice collar as well.
I like it. It's not flat very well. Yeah, it's a nice collar. Obviously got the big man Drogba wearing it as well there.
About to hoof that ball, it looks like.
Oof.
Yes,
lovely. Arsenal away 2005 to 6.
Of course.
I'm not a huge fan of like yellow kits,
this is sick.
But this is so nice. In all honesty, I was very tempted to stick every single Arsenal kit from the noughties era in this.
That's a really strong ones, I'm not gonna lie.
We had the nicest kits of the noughties era. Bar maybe.
And you probably do now.
Yeah, we do. We've always done quite nicely with kits. Our Puma era wasn't our proudest era, but yeah, our noughties, we smashed it with our kits. It was so good. Obviously the classic O2 sponsor as well, Arsenal badge in the middle. This along with another kit that you'll see soon was just a very classic pairing.
It's quite a nice yellow as well, though. Even though yellow can sometimes be a bit too daring, like we saw with that Chelsea kit, quite a fluorescent yellow, but it just worked. I think it also works quite well here because the black sort of, like we always say, the black accents are actually coming in quite nicely.
Yeah, I think they're actually grey.
Are they grey? They do look a bit grey.
They match like the shorts in the picture. They're kind of like a grey kind of colour,
like a weird matte black
grey.
This in
the Champions League final, am I right?
We did indeed. Yeah. We wore this in the Champions League final. That was a momentous occasion.
It was sad.
I like the badge in the middle as well.
Yeah,
a good sponsor as well. Nice. Classic.
Yeah, I think it's similar to what you guys said about obviously about the Liverpool kit and the Chelsea kit with the, sort of the accents coming around. I think that was very popular at the time, clearly.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, this is lovely
At
kit.
the moment, we're seeing a lot of patterns, like background patterns on kits, aren't we? With all the new ones coming
We
through,
are, yeah,
which is
like
not bad.
There's like the City Paisley kit and all that.
Yeah. But
I've
anyway,
got a sneeze coming, so if you see me dart off,
just sneeze, mate. Just
Like, it's
embrace it.
stuck.
Just
It's
embrace
stuck.
it. You've already told
It's
us
stuck.
about it.
Can't-
You've already told us
No,
about the sneeze.
carry on.
I enjoyed it. So that's the Arsenal away 05-06, yeah? Nice. Wow.
This is, every time I look at this kit, I think Cristiano Ronaldo.
Fair.
You just have to. It's an iconic kit, I think. They've got obviously the gold Premier League badge on the arms as well. Obviously after they won the Premier League the year before. The AIG classic logo as well at the front. Very just like we've been saying a few times this podcast. It's very clean, very neat and tidy. Really, it all just fits perfectly.
I'm sure Bardell. Do you have this one?
I don't actually have this one on my one.
Okay.
But
what do you think about it?
I do like this kit. There was just something missing on this kit. But I think AIG is such an underrated sponsor. I mean, I've got this kit. I've still got this kit, and yeah, it's so synonymous with Ronaldo. And of course, we won the Champions League in it, unlike Arsenal. And
Ooh. No, I do like it. It's a nice red. I do like that you got that pattern at the top.
Yeah, I was going to say the
stripe comes out
on there as well.
But it's not like a different cut. I don't know. Is it like the stitching? It's like a stitched pattern there, where it sort of goes thin and sort of comes out and spreads outwards. There, it's quite nice. It is good.
It's very nice. Yeah, as I say, every time I look at it, I just think of Cristiano Ronaldo. Was that the same year that he scored that worldy free kick against Portsmouth?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
I think that's the. Oh yeah.
No,
yeah,
isn't that the one
yeah,
where it's got the shield around the badge?
No. I think that's the picture.
No, the one where it's got the white shield around the badge.
Oh right, I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that's the picture in which he done it.
Oh, okay.
Just banged it in, turned.
Then he does that, and then I think Ferdinand or something just hugs him.
Yeah, but
good kit, good choice. That I'm seeing a lot of kits come through. Actually, I didn't realize how many there were.
Yeah. And here we have Newcastle's second most famous player after Alan Shearer, Santiago Munez from the film Goal.
Yeah. Great film.
This is a very just a classic Newcastle kit. That Northern Rock sponsor as well. It's very much the sponsor. Well, it's the sponsor I grew up with being on that Newcastle kit for the majority of the time. Again, yeah, it's very clean and it's nice kit. Everything's perfectly symmetrical with it, and it all just looks really nice. I also kind of like the black collar that they did on it.
I have a question. In the picture, he's got long sleeves, but on the right, it's got short sleeves.
Yeah.
Which one would you favour?
Long sleeve.
I do prefer long sleeve tops in general.
So I was looking at that and I was thinking, oh, it wants long sleeve. I was like, I really like the long sleeve one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Yeah, I'm talking about the kit design more than the sleeve length, in all honesty. But yeah,
sleeves are the design as well.
But yeah, very nice, clean kit. I like the fact that the Adidas, like the stripes down the arm, it goes very well. Considering the whole kit is black and white stripes.
So the whole kit's an Adidas kit.
Yeah,
very true.
The whole kit is just Adidas.
Yeah,
one big Adidas sponsor.
Yeah. Nice.
Newcastle home 2003 and 4. We have the Man City home kit. So this is the home kit of the from 2007 to 8. This is the home version of the away kit that Mark was talking about earlier. The purple one. Was it you, Mark?
Yeah, the purple one.
Yeah. Again, this is just the classic, that sort of baby blue, that City blue that they have. Just lovely color, and the white pinstripes they've got on there. I do quite like that Thomas Cook sponsor. I'm not sure if it would have probably been maybe a little bit better without the .com, but I don't really see anything wrong with it. It does just remind me of City, I have to say. Obviously-
Robinho played in that kit, I think.
Yeah, that was.
Was this Benjani era as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, all of them, man. But yeah,
It's
I
a
like
nice
quite-
blue.
It's
Richard
weird
Dunn.
that you see, it's weird that you see the kit sponsor up here on like the shoulder, as opposed to
I like it. I
Mm.
think
the
it's good.
chest. Yeah, it's different. You don't see it very often.
Oh, I miss the Coq Sportif. The Coq Sportif haven't sponsored a kit in a while.
Nothing in
in
the
the
Premier in a
Premier
long
League
time.
Yeah.
They can't. They probably don't have the money to be able to do Premier League football kits these days. But yeah, I just think it's a really nice kit.
Nice.
Nice. So that's City 0708 home kit. Lovely.
Yeah. And then here we have
Nice.
the greatest Premier League kit of all time, the burgundy kit, home kit for Arsenal 05-06. Our last season at the Highbury. That burgundy kit with the gold O2 sponsor. It's got the badge right in the middle. I think everything about it is just gorgeous. I love it.
Keep going, 2 seconds.
I love it so much. It's a legendary kit for me as well. Every time I think of it, I think of Henry, to be honest. That picture of him, so there, right there, is just, everything
Aren't you wearing it?
I am, yes.
I've just clocked. You're also wearing the kit.
Yep.
I was going to ask about that
For all of our
Nike
viewers.
sponsor, but you've clearly got the Nike sponsor on there as well.
Yeah, the night sponsor.
Again,
Do you know what? As well, nothing is breaking that kit up. As in, there's
The continuity of that
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
just seamless.
solid.
Yeah, unfortunately, the picture on the right hand side doesn't have the Nike logo on it, but obviously you can see on the picture
Yeah.
with Henry,
Yeah,
it does have the Nike logo. The one I'm wearing also has it here. Obviously, we've got he's got the Champions League badge on his arm as well. Not the captain's armband, the other side. But yeah, everything about that kit, I think, is just it's gorgeous.
It's nice. That is sleek. That is a clean kit.
Yeah, I had this shirt. I had Reyes, RIP, but I had Reyes.
Yeah.
It was a lovely shirt, to be fair.
Yeah, I had Henry on the back of mine.
Nice.
Had to be done. But yeah, no. Every time I think about noughties football, this is one of the first kits that comes into my head. Good times. It was nice to obviously have a farewell kit for Highbury as well. Before, similar thing to what Chelsea did with a bit of a revamp. Obviously we modernised after we moved to the Emirates. So he changed up the whole kit, got a new sponsors, everything like that, and new stadium. I think gorgeous kit. I love it.
That's a good one.
Challenge anyone to beat it.
Well,
I
last
dunno.
but surely not least, we have our guest coming in with a kit. There we go. It is this one here. But we'll go up to here. And I think this should work. Whoa!
With the graphics. as
Whoa!
well.
It's a very noughties graphic, that. I like it.
Yeah, it was. Look at that
Thanks.
reflection.
I did try and go for it.
Use
Couldn't
clip
quite make
art
it
for that.
3D, but I got the shadows in, so that's all good.
Nice.
As well, I may not have, for the visual viewers, that's the only animation, so don't get excited. And I did it on my lunch break, so that's why you've not got as nice a background. But
It's better than
I'm
mine.
ready to go into it.
It's nice.
Yeah, the turn of the millennium, the Liverpool Carlsberg Reebok design with similar pinstripes as well. Those pinstripe features will come up on a kit a bit later, or is similar. But yeah, I think that's just a really iconic kit. Again, it's that logo, but you can see how massive that logo is on that
Huge.
particular kit.
Yeah.
The Carlsberg one.
How baggy
again,
the shirt
these
is.
kits are so baggy.
Jeez.
Yeah, even the shorts, man. Like, it's good. I like it though. It's the collar's nice on that. And whilst you have got the pinstripe design on the shoulders, it's still very clean and crisp.
Yep.
So if I'm going to give Liverpool credit, I guess I'll give them credit for that one kit.
That one kit, alright.
And obviously, this is probably going to be the best kit ever. Sorry, because 3 people have chosen it. It's the West Ham one again.
West Ham
Yeah,
0102.
man. It's
The only
nice.
reason I
It's
didn't,
nice.
the only reason I didn't put this in is because I knew one of you guys would put it in. I didn't realize I should have put it in because now,
Would have been a full house.
yeah,
You know what, as well? I was going through them because I saw this one and I thought, well, you know what? West Ham their colour scheme does not change from claret and blue. This is just, I don't know, it's just a standout winner among the kits that they've done. And I do really like Fila as a sponsor. I mean, the Fila badge is pretty sick anyway. Yeah, they made some good kits. I don't think I put it in, but an honourable mention will be their white kit with a pinstripe claret.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you remember that one.
Nice.
That was very nice as well.
I couldn't warrant putting 2 West Ham kits in my thing. The only one that I could have more than one of was Arsenal, and that was only because I decided not to have every Arsenal kit on there. But yeah, lovely kit.
So that's obviously
That's
the
fair.
Dr. Martens one for anyone who's listening. That we've all sort of, apart from Alf, but I think Alf will give it an honourable mention for his one, I guess. And
Yeah, it would have been on there, but I just, like I predicted, I didn't realise everyone would have it. I thought at least one person would have
That's
it in there, so I didn't put it in mine. But
And that West Ham badge as well. That West Ham badge is just, God, their new one sucks.
it's good.
Their new one sucks.
oh yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
But anyway.
But yeah.
Wow.
Obviously, this is a classic. It's the Arsenal one that we just mentioned, and
0506 one.
not much more I can really say about it because the Arsenal fan has covered it. Ollie's covered it. It's just clean, and the collar's good, and it's just we've got 2 different pictures of Henri wearing it, so it was iconic for him.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Mark chose this one.
Yep.
But it's a nice kit. It's Chelsea 0506 with the gold accents, but again, it's the team behind it as well. But it's just fresh. It is a nice looking kit. I mean, the gold Umbro logo as well.
Yeah.
It's not overpowering. The badge, for a new badge, it's not even that bad. It's quite a nice badge. And yeah, it's solid.
I mean, I did show this one, but I didn't show it with anyone actually wearing it. And now that you can sort of, obviously whoever's watching can see that, what it looks like in fit. Those gold bits just look even better.
You got a thing about Joe Cole as well.
Oh mate, you know what? I love Joe Cole as a kid actually. I actually
no, he
think
was
about it. I
a good
did.
guy.
Class
He was a
player,
baller.
Yeah.
Class player.
Yeah, it's a good kit.
Alright,
Chelsea
Chelsea
0506.
Classic.
Yeah. Now this is what I was saying about the red stripes or the pinstripes on the first Liverpool kit. But yeah, I loved this kit as a kid, and I had this, and I think I had Ronaldo on the back. And what you can't see on this, but on the reverse, that it had like it's a Man United 06-07 kit, by the way. It's the black away kit, but it had some red trailing from the neck down and at the bottom coming up, like sort of straight down the spine, but it didn't meet. And it was it was just a nice detail on the back really. But I love this kit so much. I think with the white shorts it looks good. Man U have had a few black kits in the past, and I was trying to figure out what one I liked the most. I had a Rooney one from like, I think it was the 03-04, but this one was just my favourite. I've been a big lover of like black and red like since this kit.
I think
Even on go on.
I was gonna say this, like, just as a bit of a joke. That kit does make them look like the villain of the Premier League for like 06-07. It's just not in a bad way, in like a cool villain way. Like, it is a nice kit. It's like black. It is kind of cold. It just makes them look like the villain of some sort of like football film.
This kit influenced.
When I was
Go on, Ollie. Go on.
I was going to say, one thing I did notice when I was going through all these kits is 2009 to 10 season, I'm going to say 50% of the Premier League had like a black or navy away kit. Like so many clubs did, it was ridiculous. It was just the fashion back then. Obviously, I know this is a couple of years before that, but yeah, it's just something I picked up on when I was going through and looking at so many clubs. At least half of them had black or navy kits for their away kit, which I thought was just a bit interesting. Really, you don't really see it that happen that often, and for half the teams to have it, it's a bit odd, bit of a coincidence, really.
I feel like
Yeah,
the home kit for that season was unbelievable.
Might be
Yeah,
in it.
That was the red one, wasn't it? That was the red
The
one.
red with the
Ollie had.
white shield.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought it was the red one with the white shield.
No, that was the year before, because the year before we had a white one. Oh, you know what, actually? This might be our third kit. Think about it now. We had a white away kit, because I had that one. On the
'Cause I
Shield
thought it
season,
was that one.
we had a white version of that one.
Yeah, because I remember that home kit for me is my favourite United home kit.
This might be a third kit actually, but this influence as well. Like the colour scheme of the black and red influenced me customising a lot of characters that require on like games and that. Like my Halo character, black and red all the time, mate.
Nice.
Loved it.
Anyway. Oof.
Yeah. This nearly made it onto mine.
This went on mine because I was like, what the fuck? What on earth? But I mean, I like the
Kind of sick.
I don't think I quite like that.
Like it.
The colours don't clash at all when they should.
So it's the Newcastle 06-07 away kit. I was trying to find someone wearing this kit. So I hope they played it.
This is the only reason it didn't make it into my list, because I couldn't find a player wearing it. So I thought, you know what, I'll pick another kit.
It's nice. The Northern logo, Rock logo, is much more prominent. It's a lot more thicker, but the burgundy's nice. The gold stripes are nice. The blue's nice on it. It's a very weird kit for a Newcastle kit.
It's even got that weird, you know, what was it? The Adidas something that, you know, the bit on the sleeve on the right hand side.
Oh yeah, the ball, isn't it?
I can't remember what Adidas. It was like a sub thing that Adidas did. I cannot remember the name of it, but yeah, that just reminds me of the noughties era so much.
I always thought that was linked to their football because they did the football for the World Cup.
Yeah,
didn't
it was.
It might have been, yeah. Oh yeah, that was, yeah. It must have been for the Germany World Cup 2006.
Yeah.
The infamous ball that spanned too much, and no one had a chance to train with it and all that sort of jazz. But this is a solid kit actually, and if more teams made a kit like this, I think they'd definitely get bought up because it's just a bit audacious, isn't it?
It is a bit.
It is sick. I like
It's different for Newcastle as well, compared to the home kits that they've always had, just the black and white stripes and stuff. I think it's very different for them. A bold move, but I think a good one.
If anyone who can't see it, if you want to have a look, it's the Newcastle 06-07 kit. Really good pick. Really good pick.
Away kit. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Fulham deserved the honourable mention in this one. The away 07-08 kit, because Danny Murphy looks like he's playing for like AC Milan or something in this kit.
That's Fluminense.
It's pretty clean. Yeah, it's pretty clean. I like it, and the LG logo ain't actually
it's quite cool.
as offensive as I thought. But yeah, I think this is a really nice, clean kit. I'm not a big lover of stripes on kit, but this one, it doesn't have too many, so it's not cluttered. They also seem like they're a nice sort of size, if that's even sort of thing. But yeah, I think the colouring on this is just really nice.
Nice red and black stripe. It's good.
I think it looks very modern for the time it was as well. It wouldn't surprise me if I saw a kit like that around today. Like the LG logo, I think makes it look quite very modern. Yeah, I agree. It's a nice kit.
Point. Fair.
Nice.
And this one, classic. 09-010, but man, it's not easy to get away with pink. But Everton, their 09-2010 away kit is nice, and Landon Donovan, man, what a guy, what a guy. But I think this is showing that I quite like black kits or like dark colours, and then I think this is just broken up. It's similar to what you said about the Chelsea one with the Everton badge matching. The colour scheme, and to pink it out is really good. And also the kit manufacturer there again.
The Coq Sportif.
Yeah, don't see him much, but Chang beer is also an absolute winner, and it's a delicious beer.
That Chang logo is it's such a nice logo.
But yeah, this is a really nice kit actually. I think this might be one of my favourites on the list.
This was one of the kits that I was talking about earlier. I said in the 09-10 kits were half of the away kits were black. This is one of them.
It's a good black one, to be fair.
Yeah, it is very nice.
Oof. Oh,
back to the top, right? Is that?
I think this is my last one.
Oh right.
Yeah, when this kit came out, it's the Man United home 09-10 kit. I remember seeing it. I was in art class, and I remember seeing it being launched, and I could not stand it. I hated it. Hated the chevron, and then I bought it, and I just thought it was sick, and I love it.
And then I bought it.
On it. Yeah, I bought it and I love it. That V, I think, is just so good because it's like the background for both the manufacturer and the club, and you've got the black on the collar as well. And I love this kit. in a long sleeve and a short sleeve. AIG, I think it's just such an underrated sponsor, but it's a strong kit.
It's so simple but effective, that AIG logo.
Yeah.
There's nothing fancy about it or anything like that. It's just there. It's just AIG in a little white box. That's about it. It's I don't know what it is. It's very clean.
What I hate about the kits now is like there's too many lines on them, or there's too many things on the shoulder. This is literally just all you're looking at is that V and the badge, and then the collar. They're the only accents on it, and I think it's just great.
It's a nice kit.
It's a good pick. It's a proper good kit.
pick.
Yeah, Manchester United, I don't mind.
You've got your gold Premier League badges on your sleeve as well from winning the Prem.
Yeah, 3 times in a row, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mad.
And that was the last one.
That was the last one. Wow.
Yeah.
That was a good episode, guys. Thank you very much for everyone for putting your kits forward. It's always fun to do that. We've got, I guess, one more of these to do, and that's our 10s. Probably like the least fun one to do.
Yeah, it'll have to be 10s and 21.
Yeah, we'll add that one.
We'll
I
have to
mean, there's
include
no
that
way a Palace kit's going on the 20. If it's 21, there's not a chance Palace kit's going on it. But but yeah, no. Thanks. Yeah, I guess we'll cut it there because I definitely need to go eat some dinner. I'm absolutely starving. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to a co-host Mark and Ollie. Thank you very much. And thanks to Bardell for being 3 weeks in a row now, mate, on the pod.
I'm going for 4, as Jose
for
Mourinho does.
4. Do we know what next week is at all, or is that to be confirmed?
I mean, it's to be confirmed, but
at the moment,
I think it's going to be. Well, it's quite complicated to get into, so we'll leave you on a like. But
look at our socials.
Look at our socials. It is to do with England, I believe.
Ooh.
So yeah, have a look at your socials and all that, and yeah,
let us know which of our kits you guys liked as well,
or if we missed any as well.
Yeah,
because there's quite a few.
Ones as well. Send us your ones. We'll put them on our story, and we'll get a little chat going. We might even get like a little bracket maybe of different kits. We can get them to vote and stuff. Maybe do something like that, little competition thing.
Premier League kit of all time.
That's it.
That'd be sick.
But yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, hit notification bell if you can on YouTube and that. Download us on Spotify, Apple Music. Make sure to go check out Bard's Bites as well on Instagram. We'll put a link down in the description for that one as well. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me today.
No worries, man. It's always a pleasure.
But yeah, and we'll be back next week with England stuff. A bit more fun, I guess. Actually, we haven't talked about England like properly on the podcast.
Gotten into it.
A full episode, yeah. So this will be good. But yeah,
we've also been doing couple of little streams on our pro clubs on FIFA. We may end up doing another one on the weekend or something.
Yeah, we usually just when we're when we're feeling it, we'll pop on a little extra stream, just smashing some FIFA out.
Exactly. Yeah, so I can join finally.
Yeah, we'll put something on our Instagram so to let you know that you guys know when we're going to be streaming FIFA, because that's a bit more sporadic compared to the podcast. Podcast is normally a bit more
structured,
regimented. Yeah,
definitely. But yeah, let us know if you guys want to be there.
Yeah, sweet. Thank you everyone for watching, and yeah, we'll catch you soon. Peace
out.